Hi guys, that's a couple of batteries there. Had a comment on my post bag video where I'd bought these. Post bag 2025, March the 14th. LIR425 batteries, cost me £5.34 for that. It's 2 batteries and a charger. Bigclivedotcom had done a video on them, and I thought, oh, they're interesting, I'll buy some. So I did, and then promptly forgot about them until today. Had a comment from Ghost Tops 5 on the postbag video saying his weren't charging. They were flashing and kept flashing. They didn't stop flashing. So I thought, well, I'll have a look, because I actually found them. That was the unexpected bit. When I put things down on my bench, table, worktop, whatever, they're usually lost. Well, they've been lost for over a year, but I found them. Anyway, plug them in, light comes on, light goes out. So before we go any further, I will just say there's 4 holes in the top. The outer 2 holes are for storage. The inner 2 holes are the ones that are actually the charging holes. If you look there, you've got the charging sign on the middle 2 holes, and then just the battery position on the outer 2 holes. And if we look inside, I don't think we can see. The outer holes haven't got any contacts in them. They are just storage positions. The inner holes, you might be able to see the metal plate down that side and metal plate down that side. So the pin bit goes through the hole at the bottom and makes contact down there, and then the side is the other polarity of the battery. So they should go in there, and then they should go on charge. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Light's gone out straight away. They must be fully charged. Well, bearing in mind these have been just left there for over a year, you might not be surprised to know they got virtually nothing on them at all. Yeah. Just try that the other way round. Yeah. So whether they charged or not originally, they haven't held their charge. Again, they haven't been touched for over a year, so okay, so case must be positive and the tip negative. So we've got 1/10 of a volt there on that one. And even less than that on that one. So I would think they've probably discharged so far that they'll never recharge. So that was £5, whatever it was, £5.34 wasted. Bigclive.com did a video on them. He did a tear down of the charger. So I'll put a link to that so you can have a look at it. It's not going to pop apart easily for me to do it. His was a fairly destructive tear down. So can we see that? What's written on there? Delightful. So I don't think we can draw any conclusions from this. The fact that I've left them there for over a year without doing anything with them is hardly a fair test, is it? Although, if Ghost Tops has bought some recently in their old stock. That might be his problem. Well, that's got a bit of a spring to it, that one. That one hasn't. Oh, it's gone in now. Let's just try that one more time. No, it's not charging. I would guess they've just gone down so far that they're not going to come back again. So I'm not going to be doing anything with them. I had great plans of doing things with them and then completely forgot about them, which is not unusual on my channel nowadays. Thinking about it, because I'd left them in the charge ports, it's possible it may have drained back into the board backwards and slowly discharged them all the way down. I should have taken them out and stored them in the storage position. So that would make it entirely my fault, wouldn't that? Well, rather than give up on them entirely, that one, I've just pushed some power into it directly off one of the other batteries that I've got. So I just put 4 volts into it for about 10 seconds. If I put it in there now, it's now charging. So I'll just show you what I did. Right, this one, let's just tip that up a bit so we can see it. So 0.145 of a volt. This is a 2S, but I'm only using one cell from it. So if I plug that into the negative, I'm not suggesting you do this, but I'm doing it. And then hold the positive on there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 seconds. Put that on there. And we've pushed 2.2 volts into it. Because when they're completely flat, you've quite often got protection circuits that prevents you from recharging them. So if we push that one in, that one's charging. How about the other one? Right, they are now both charging. Well, we'll come back in a while and see if they've actually charged up. So yeah, I don't recommend doing that, but that's what I did. I just forced power into them from an unregulated supply because the circuitry detects that they're dead and says, no, I'm not going to charge you. Right, I've left it on charge for about 2 hours. Looking at the original instructions, it says, where were we? Can be used after 4 to 8 hours of charging. So 2 hours is not enough. So it is still flashing when it's there. I've just got an LED here so we can have a quick look. Hang on, which way round do we go? The other way. There we are, yeah. So it's charged enough to light up the LED, which is what they're intended for. Fishing float lights and that sort of thing. So, yeah. So they've taken charge. I thought they were going to be completely dead and no use. But if I stick them back in there and stick them back on there, there we go. So they're flashing away. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.